Joy, you're early today.
I have mathematics first, Daddy.
Of course, my little mathematician.
Joy's mother walked in carrying breakfast. She placed the food in front of her daughter and gently straightened her collar. Eat properly before you start solving the whole world. Mathematics is not the whole world, mommy. Tell that to your father. The three of them laughed together, unaware of how precious this ordinary morning would one day become. After breakfast, Joy reached for her school bag, but before she could leave, her father stopped her. Joy! He reached into his pocket and handed her a small folded note. What is this? Open it when you get to school. Daddy! Go on, you will be late. Joy hugged her father tightly. Bye, Daddy. Bye, my brilliant girl. That afternoon, Joy stood proudly between her parents, holding her latest examination results. First position again? Yes, Mommy. Her father took the paper and looked at it with a proud smile. You've made us proud. For Joy, being first has become almost ordinary, but to her parents, every achievement was another reason to celebrate their daughter. That evening, Joy's parents sat together looking through her school documents. She has worked hard. I think she's ready for senior school. She will do well. Joy had been listening quietly from nearby. Will I really be going to boarding school? Yes, my daughter. Joy's face lit up with excitement. She had no idea that this very new chapter would change her life forever. Resumption day finally arrived. Joy stood at the boarding school gate with her parents and her luggage. Your fees are settled for the whole senior school. SS1 to SS3? All of it. Joy couldn't hide her excitement. Thank you, Daddy. Thank you, Mommy. She hugged them both, believing she was simply beginning the next beautiful chapter of her life. Inside the hostel, a woman named Auntie Princess helped Joy arrange her belongings beside her new bed. First time in boarding school? Yes, ma. Don't worry, you will be fine here. Thank you, ma. Neither of them knew it yet, but this simple meeting would become one of the most important relationships in Joy's life. Outside the school gate, Joy's parents prepared to leave. Joy stood beside Auntie Princess, waving as her father's car slowly pulled away. Study hard. I will, Daddy. Her mother smiled and blew her a kiss. Joy waved until the car disappeared down the road. She didn't know it would be the last time she would ever see her parents. The day at boarding school passed quickly. Joy was still adjusting to her new surroundings, but mathematics remained the one thing that always made her feel at home. She attended classes, made friends, studied hard, and slowly became comfortable in her new school. For Joy, life still felt safe. Meanwhile, Joy's parents began the journey home. They talked about their daughter, her excellent results, and the bright future they imagined for her. Neither of them knew that they were on their final journey together. Then, on that quiet journey home, tragedy struck. In a single moment, the future Joy's parents had planned disappeared. Joy's world was about to change forever. At school, Joy knew nothing about what had happened. She sat peacefully with her mathematics book, solving problems as she always did. She was still living inside the ordinary day that tragedy had already taken away from her. Then Auntie Princess received the news. Joy's parents were gone. There are some moments when words are simply not enough. Auntie Princess found Joy and struggled to tell her, Joy, my child, Joy looked into her face and immediately knew something was wrong. What happened, ma? Your parents, they've passed. Joy froze. The words didn't make sense. No! I'm here, my child. Joy cried until she had no words left. The little girl who had walked into school full of dreams was suddenly facing a future she had never imagined. Several days later, after the burial, Joy returned to her father's mansion. It was the same beautiful home she had grown up in, but it no longer felt like home. Inside, relatives were already making arrangements for her father's affairs. Will I still live here? No one gave her a clear answer. For the first time, Joy began to understand that losing her parents meant losing more than she had imagined. Then her uncle arrived with his wife and children. Their luggage was carried into the house. Joy, things are different now. But this is my father's home. Her uncle paused. You will have to adjust. Slowly, everything changed. Her father's belongings disappeared. Family photographs were taken from the walls. The house remained beautiful, but the memories that made it home were being erased. Then Joy's place in the household changed completely. Joy! Come and wash these dishes. Yes, ma. The daughter who had once been cherished was now being treated like a servant. Her days became a cycle of cleaning, washing, carrying water, and serving the household. Her school books sat untouched. Even when she found a few quiet moments to study, someone always called her away. Joy! Come in, ma. When it was time to return to school, Joy packed what little she had left. Her once full wardrobe was almost empty. She closed her small bag quietly. There was no one left to ask why. At school, other students arrived with large buses, provisions, new clothes, and everything they needed. Joy walked through the gate carrying only a small one bag. Is that all she brought? I think so. Joy had them, but she kept walking. Auntie Princess noticed the moment Joy entered the hostel. Joy, where are the rest of your things? That is everything, ma. Auntie Princess didn't ask another question. She simply walked over and embraced the child. You don't have to explain anything to me. Joy held on to her. She had lost her parents, then she had lost her home, and now, even at school, everyone could see that something had changed. The difference didn't stay hidden for long. Joy's classmate noticed her small bag, her few belongings, and the way she had changed. She's really different now. Maybe she doesn't have anything anymore. Joy had them. She said nothing. Can I sit here? Sorry, someone is sitting there. There was clearly no one coming. Joy understood. She quietly walked away and sat alone. Is that all you are eating? Yes. The students exchanged looks and walked away laughing. Joy lowered her eyes and continued eating. Hey! Dustbin Girl! Me? Who else? Joy stood there silently. Then she turned and walked away. Dustbin Girl? The name followed her everywhere. Through the corridors, across the school compound, even students who once greeted her began avoiding her. Soon, almost everyone knew the name. But when everyone else had gone, Joy remained in the classroom. She opened her mathematics notebook. Her eyes filled with tears. She wiped them away and kept solving. They saw what Joy had lost. They couldn't see what she still carried inside. Joy, what happened today? Nothing, ma. You don't have to pretend with me. They call me Dustbin Girl. Who? It doesn't matter. But to Auntie Princess, it mattered. Listen to me. What happened to your parents did not reduce who you are. You are still Joy. You are still intelligent. You are still worthy of respect. But nobody wants me anymore. I want you. And as long as I am here, you will never face this alone. For the first time in a long time, Joy felt that she wasn't completely alone. That night, Joy lay quietly on her bed while the other girls laughed and talked around her. Her small bag rested beside her. Her mathematics notebook lay open. They had taken her comfort. They had taken her home. They had given her a cruel name, but they had not taken her gifts. And that gift was about to change everything. One day, Auntie Princess noticed Joy solving a mathematics problem. Not just solving it, but solving it with an unusual ease. Joy? What are you doing? I'm solving it. Auntie Princess watched carefully. Something about Joy's ability caught her attention. Then try this one. She placed an even harder problem in front of Joy. Joy looked at it and began. Moments later, Joy turned the notebook around. You got it right. Really? Really? Auntie Princess had just discovered something the rest of the world had completely missed. The next morning, Auntie Princess returned with mathematics. Are these for me? They are now. Don't stop. For the first time, someone wasn't simply comforting Joy. Someone was investing in her future. Joy began studying harder than ever. Before school, after school, late into the night, she made mistakes, she erased them, and tried again. For the first time in her life, someone had given her Joy permission to believe in herself. Day after day, Joy improved. The problems became harder and Joy became better. What others had called a useless girl was becoming an extraordinary mathematician. This year's International Mathematics Competition will bring together some of the best young mathematicians from around the world. Joy listened carefully. Students interested in participating may register this week. For the first time, Joy wondered, could she really compete with the best in the world? That competition is for serious students. The laughter returned, but this time, Joy didn't let it decide her future. They are better than me. Maybe, but you will never know what you can become if you are too afraid to try. Joy looked at the registration form. Then she picked up the pen. The day finally came. Joy entered the competition hall filled with some of the brightest young mathematicians from around the world. Many had expensive preparation, private tutors, and every advantage money could provide. Joy had something else. She had refused to give up. The examination paper was placed before her. Joy turned it over. She read the first question. For a moment. Everything around her disappeared. Then she picked up her pencil and began. After the competition came the hardest part of all. Waiting. Days passed. Then more days. Joy kept checking for the results. Then one morning, her phone vibrated. The official competition result had been released. Joy stared at the screen. Then she opened the message. And there it was. Her name was at the very top. Number 1. Best mathematics student in the global competition. Me? Joy covered her mouth as tears filled her eyes. Auntie! Joy ran to Auntie Princess and showed her the result. Auntie Princess looked at the screen. Then she looked at Joy. For a moment, she couldn't speak. I won! I knew you could do it. I was so scared, but you did it anyway. They held each other and cried, not because the past had disappeared, but because Joy had finally reached a future nobody had imagined for her. The result quickly spread. Professors saw her name. Universities began asking about her. The girl who had once been called Dustbin Girl was suddenly being noticed by the academic world. Then the first university email arrived, a fully funded scholarship, tuition, accommodation, living expenses, an opportunity Joy had never imagined receiving. Then another offer came, and another. Soon, Joy's inbox was filled with universities asking her to join them. The doors kept opening. I don't understand. What don't you understand? Why would all these universities want me? Because they finally saw what I saw. Auntie Princess placed Joy's old mathematics notebook beside the scholarship letters. You started with this. The old pages carried the evidence of every problem Joy has struggled through. And now, look where it has taken you. Years earlier, Joy had wondered whether she belonged anywhere. Now, she stood before the doors of a world-class university. She looked back at everything she had survived. Then she took a step forward. I'll make you proud. You already did. Joy walked through the university doors. The future she once thought she had lost was finally beginning. Years later, the little girl everyone had underestimated was no longer a student. She was Dr. Joy, a respected mathematician and academic. She taught mathematics to university students and inspired the next generation. You don't have to know the whole answer. You just have to find the first step. Her work earned recognition. Her research took her around the world. She had achieved everything the little girl in that boarding school hostel could only have dreamt about. But success had not changed her heart. Joy remembered what it felt like to be overlooked. So she created opportunities for children who were being overlooked too. Scholarships, mentorship, mathematics program, a chance to dream. I got it. You did? Were you always this smart? No. Someone just believed in me. And after all those years, Joy returned to the place where her story had almost been destroyed. She wasn't returning to prove anything. She was returning to say thank you. Hello, Auntie. Joy? For a moment, they simply looked at each other. Then Auntie Princess saw the little girl she had once promised never to abandon. I came back to say thank you. You don't owe me anything. You gave me something nobody else did. What? A chance. Joy showed Auntie Princess the students whose lives were changing because of the opportunities she had created. I wanted other children to have what you gave me. And what was that? A reason not to give up. The people who had once decided Joy wasn't worth keeping eventually heard about her. They saw her name. They saw her achievements. They saw the lives she was changing. And for the first time, they were forced to see the girl they had never truly seen. But Joy didn't need revenge. She didn't need them to suffer. She didn't need an apology. Her life had already answered the question they once asked. What happened to a girl everyone believes is disposable? Professor Joy? Yes. Can I come again tomorrow? Of course. Joy watched the girl run back toward the classroom and smiled. Inside the classroom, another child sat staring at a difficult mathematics problem. Joy sat beside him, but she didn't give him the answer. Start with what you know. The student picked up his pencil and began. Years ago, Joy had sat at a small table doing exactly the same thing. She had been afraid. She had been alone. But someone had believed in her. Now she was that person for someone else. They thought they were throwing away a girl. They never understood what they were throwing away. A brilliant mind, a determined heart, and a woman who would one day open doors for thousands of others. Sometimes, all a child needs is one person who sees their potential, one person who says, "You matter," one person who refuses to give up on them. Be that person. Never throw away a child you haven't taken the time to understand.